Can you talk about racism without using the word racism? Hey there, everyone. Michelle here from MichelleAmiReyes.com. And perhaps there was a time in which invoking the word racist was helpful. Perhaps it was a way of naming evil in our midst, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Now, I think that the term racist is used pretty flippantly. It's the ammo that people invoke whenever we disagree with someone. We wield this term just to shut the other person down instead of actually engaging in open, honest, nuanced dialogue with one another. Now, in 1946, the author George Orwell wrote, and I quote, "But if thoughts corrupt language, language can also corrupt thought." And I think we're at the point of corrupted language when it comes to conversations specifically on racism. Now, when we call someone a racist, we rarely do anything but escalate the situation. It's rare that you're going to be in conversation with someone, or you're on the street walking down the sidewalk and you find yourself in some sort of situation and you say to the other person, "That's racist," and the other person actually genuinely responds with, "Wow, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm gonna sit with that, think about that, change my ways, phrase this differently." That doesn't happen when we call someone a racist, when we label somebody's words or actions as racist. It usually causes someone to dig in their heels, to become more defensive, or even just to not want to hear us at all. And so here's some examples. Calling someone a racist can end up turning what is potentially a low stakes situation into a high conflict reality. Calling someone a racist now can really just vilify everyday human beings just trying to do their best, or who are maybe just ignorant. Their intentions are good. They're not trying to be malicious, but maybe that phrase came out awkwardly, or maybe they were really just trying to compliment someone and it didn't sound right. Calling someone a racist can end up labeling people or spaces or orgs as unsafe or toxic or abusive, when in reality, it's just a difference in opinions or a misinterpretation or misunderstanding of what was communicated or what was done. And for that reason, I want to argue that we need to adapt our language so that we can have healthier, more productive race conversations moving forward. And to that end, I have a challenge for you. The next time you feel like someone is saying or doing something that you would define as racist, try to talk and engage with that person without actually using the word racist. For example, did they make a joke about someone else's culture? Tell them specifically why their words were insensitive and that you're concerned that they were perpetuating a harmful stereotype. Here's another example. Did they make an offhand comment about, all Black people or all Asians, all Latinos, all mixed folks, fill in the blank there, all white people? Tell them how no group is a monolith and people need to be seen as unique individuals. Or here's another example. Did they exclude someone? If so, tell them specifically who is being overlooked, and also offer a suggestion for how they could move toward greater cultural representation. Now, it might feel counterintuitive, but when we leave the, quote, verbal guns at home, we will have a higher chance of finding ways to connect, encourage, and educate each other in love. Hear me out. What is missing is just as important as what is present. What we don't say can be just as powerful as what we do say. So focus your words to be hyper specific and nuanced. Be just as critical of what you are refraining from saying, such as words like racist. And that way we can still remember what is working, maybe even remember to call out the good, even if it's the good gone wrong, and then focus specifically on what needs to be improved. So here's to more constructive conversations in the future. And if you have any comments, let me know below. If you want more brief tips and strategies like this, subscribe to my newsletter, Small Steps. The information is linked up below, and I'll see you in the next video.